away win.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I suppose sums up our season really. That we've come away to Norwich and picked up a win and won 5-3. Probably sums up our season. How up and down it's been at times, and just the results was massive. The result was absolutely massive for us, but I think it was matched with the performance today. And it's been a long time coming, the away win. I just think we've managed to put everything together today and obviously score the 5 goals and do enough at the other end.
Were you aware of Luton's result beforehand as well?
Yeah, we'd seen Luton's result. It was impossible to not have a look at, and I've always said we do look at other results. So we had seen that, but the most important thing for us today was, regardless of anything that happened in that game and what happens tonight, whatever it is, was to make sure that we won the game today and make sure that we came away with points. And that's going to be the same message Monday.
You've been saying for a while that Pompey were getting close to that first away result. Those of us who watched him clearly believe you, knew you were right. You were close, and then you came up with this.
Yeah, it's been a really strange few weeks away from home. We've been in every single game. We've cut out the games pre-Christmas where we were blown away by half time or we wouldn't be in games. We lose 6-1 to Stoke, 4-0 to Derby, and we've got close. And we keep losing by the odd goal here and there. 10 seconds on the clock. We don't hold on against Coventry for a really good point. Similar picture against Preston and Millwall. And the message to the team has been, look, we've got to have a bit more belief in ourselves when we come away from home and not be not negative, but I think it sometimes takes us a minute to realise, actually we're not terrible. We're in these games. We're playing against really good opposition, but if we're organised and if we do the right things, we're going to cause some problems and we're going to be able to defend well. And it's about taking that next step. I thought it took us a minute at Sheffield United to think, we're okay here against the league leaders and we're going to be fine. And that was a big part of, I think, the progression of this team. We've got to keep doing that. And it's a bit cliche, but just keep believing in our own ability. The lads, for the most part now, everybody's mixed it with some very, very good sides in the league, and we should have that confidence and belief going forward.
In terms of the performance over the season, how good was that?
It was one of the best performances, certainly from an attacking sense, scoring 5 goals and probably, possibly having more. A couple of bits obviously disappointing defensively when you concede 3 goals, but 2 set pieces. And one thing I would say is that every time we've watched Norwich, they're a very, very good attacking force, and they've scored a huge amount of goals. And if you look at some of the players they've got across the front line, it's frightening. So, not that we were always going to concede, but there's always going to be chances away from home. And fortunately for us today, we gave ourselves enough of a buffer.
Where does it leave you relegation-wise, points-wise? How many more do you think you need?
I don't know. I think the big message from inside the dressing room, and it's not just me saying it here, I had said it in the dressing room as well, is that every time we've looked like we're pulling away or we've picked up a decent result, we beat Leeds, we lose to Plymouth, so we pull away when we beat Blackburn, and then I think we lost a couple after that. And so we have to be very, very wary of that. And today was a good example. We go 4-1 up, take a foot off the gas, give away a really sloppy goal, and we're just not good enough, I think, at the moment to be able to take our foot off the gas. And we just have to be very, very clinical and ruthless and approach the game on Monday as we did today and try and win it. And if we take care of what we take care of, then we're gonna be absolutely fine. But we have to make sure that we don't go, we've got the highs of beating Norwich here, and we don't follow it up on Monday.
Obviously, a huge stride towards safety today. Those 3 points.
Obviously, a massive 3 points. Massive 3 points in the context of in any context, right? Regardless of any other results. So a big 3 points, and that was the most important thing today, is to make sure that we came away from here with points.
How's Colby?
He took a knock on his knee, so he's iced that. I don't know. We'll assess him tomorrow. It's probably one of those that's gonna. We're gonna have to see how it is tomorrow.
He doesn't come off normally injured, does he? So.
No, very, very rarely. I think. In my time here, unless he's had open heart surgery, then he missed out through that ankle strain when he picked up at Burton away last year, and missed about 3 or 4 games. But apart from that, with Colby, that particularly as he's really hungry for goals, whether he got his hat-trick or not, he would have wanted to stay on. So we'll see how that is.
His first Pompey hat-trick.
Yeah, one of those that's probably slightly surprising considering the amount of goals that he scored for us. But yeah, it came at a really good time, particularly the second goal. I know the second goal is the penalty, probably is, as you'd maybe say, his easiest one. But if you look at the context of last week and missing the penalty against Derby, to actually pick the ball back up in the first place, Shows a huge amount of character from Colby, and he fully deserves his 3 goals.
Was he always going to stay penalty taker after Derby?
Yeah, we're not in the habit here of taking our top scorer over the past 2.5 years and all of a sudden chucking the baby out with the bathwater. Colby was confident. For me, it's about whoever's confident, and I really like the reaction of the group actually to go and pick the ball up. I think Murph did, then Matt Ritchie did, and then Colby stepped up and put it in the back of the net.
Does it keep surprising you? Because after Derby as well, to get a hat trick.
No, honestly, no. Colby doesn't surprise me. The work rate that he puts in, the intensity that he has in training. When Colby doesn't score, it doesn't bother me. Obviously, I love him to keep scoring like he did today, but I've said it consistently for the 2.5 years that I've been here. If Colby doesn't score, he leads the line so well for us. He's an animal. His work rate's brilliant. He beats centre halves up, and if he gets the goals on top of it, then that's great as well.
Dilly Ashish, I thought his best game in Pompey shirt. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, by a long way. I said it to John and Ed on the bench. I thought he was excellent today.
Why do you think he was excellent?
Well, I think he put both bits together. So what we've seen with the deal is a huge amount of work rate and maybe slightly surprising. Maybe we thought, but we didn't. We know he was going to get the work rate, but sometimes from the outside you might think, I've got this technical 10 coming in from Sunderland. And I thought he just hadn't quite, maybe a couple of games, particularly QPR in the second half, he put both together, the work rate and the quality on the ball, and I just thought he put both together today. So he showed that quality on the ball coming out of tight areas. His work rate was constant. He was dead on his feet at the end. His numbers were through the roof, but he also gave us that edge as well on the ball.
I was going to say, what can he do for the rest of his season? But there's only 3 games left now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, just boost his confidence going forward. He's a confident young lad anyway. He's been in and out the side, so to bring him back today, we felt was the right thing to do, and I thought it was great.
And finally, obviously with the preview Monday as well, injury-wise, is there any updates with any of them?
I don't think we'll have anybody back. We just have to take care of all the ones that we've seen today. We obviously Colby with a knot. We'll see how Rob Atkinson is. Rob was fine, but obviously tiring. It took him a while to recover this week. We're really glad to have him back, but I don't think anything else will be back before Monday.
Shock to see.
Yeah, shock to see. I think slightly different to Rob. I know Rob's come back quicker than him, but Rob's been available for sort of 90% of the season. He was available for the first 6 months for Bristol City. He obviously missed out for a small period with us, but we felt we could get him back quicker because of that. Shocks has been out for, 37 odd games, so we have to be much more cautious with him.
Callum Lang?
Yeah, Langy, he's 10 weeks into a 12-week injury, so very, very unlikely we'll see him.
And Waddingham?
Waddingham, we are awaiting the scan results. I actually think we've got him, but Steve hasn't bothered me with him.
Is he?
I don't think we'll see Tom the rest of the season. I also don't think we'll see Alex the rest of the season.
Couple from me, if that's okay.
Sorry.
Manager must love having a player like your number 9, having Colby in the group, because he's so wholehearted, isn't he? All the time, he's just intense, and he never gives any defender a moment's peace. You were a central defender. How would you have liked to have come up against someone like that? Yeah,
I did play against him. So I played against Colby, and when he was at Accrington, it was Colby and Dion Charles up front, which was not a particularly nice pairing to have to face as a centre-back. And so one of the things that was a big advantage, I think, coming into the football club just over 2 years ago was the fact that we had a number 9 in the building, which not a huge amount of sides can say, like, we've got the number 9 that we definitely want. The search for strikers is always ongoing, hence we gave Colby a new contract over the past couple of months. So that's the best thing about Colby, is that even if he doesn't score, he is exactly like you've described there, an absolute menace to defences. His work rate's incredible, he's physical, and we can see when he gets the chance as well, he puts the ball in the back of the net.
And it's great for him when he gets a day like that, a day in the sun and a return like that. I mean, I know he probably doesn't need confidence with as many goals as he's scored, but it's just every striker loves to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, with Colby, he's sort of plied his trade in non-league for a number of years, came into the league late, did it the hard way, so went to Accrington for a number of years. He got his move to Portsmouth, did the business in League One with 20 and then 21 goals over 2 seasons. And I guess from a perspective in the Championship, you're looking at going, right, we know you can do all of the physical side of the game. We know what a good forward you are in terms of leading the line. Can we marry the goals to that? And he's done it brilliantly well. And I think that's his 10th goal of the season. Bear in mind the season was also has included open heart surgery for Colby. I think that's an incredible achievement.
Can I just ask about Monday? I know we've got to focus on it a little bit, and you touched on it earlier. Do you feel you're safe in your heart? Do you think you're there?
Absolutely not. I genuinely don't. I'm not just saying that. I feel naturally I feel petrified at 4-1 up. I feel petrified at 5-2 up, and until it's mathematically done, I don't feel we're safe. I think we need more points, and I think that's the message going into Monday. Every time we have pulled away slightly from the bottom three, we haven't followed it up with a great result. So we need to make sure that we don't get carried away with anything, and we finish the job. And I think that's natural. I think every head coach, whether it's from the outside it looks like that or not, they'll tell you the same thing and they actually mean it.
Are you a cautious man then, or just a cautious manager? I mean, is that your natural, just
I don't know.
the default setting?
Definitely a cautious manager. I remember this time last season we had, what did we have? We had 3 games to play. We needed a point to get promoted, and I couldn't see where the point was coming from. And we ended up amassing 97 points in the league. That's the way it is. That's genuine. The coaching staff, we joke about it now. Yeah, that's genuinely the way we feel.
Nothing's done until it's done. Then
Nothing's done until it's done. We've seen it so many times before. We have to make sure we are ruthless and clinical with ourselves.
Fingers crossed you on Monday. Well done today.
Thanks very much.
for coming
Cheers. All good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.